is being recorded.
All right, all right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome to Wake Up to Akana. We are so glad to have you here. Just excited when we hear everyone chiming in on this Monday morning, February the 26th. Can you believe we're already done with February almost? It's amazing. So, listen, I'm going to get out the way because this is the day that we hear from our CEO. And we always want to get all of our updates. So make sure you've got your pen, you got your paper, because let me tell you something. I looked at, I use Chat GPT every now and then to ask them questions. So I asked them a question this morning: what makes a good CEO? And they gave me this long thing. So I said, okay, let me not go there. Let me shorten it a little bit. And it said, a good CEO is like a Swiss Army knife of leadership. They need vision, communication, finesse, adaptability, and able to juggle priorities. Listen, you know what that said to me? That's Melissa Boston. So listen, we're getting out the way. Receive our CEO, our visionary, our motivator, I almost want to call her a missionary because she's taking us to the promised land, Melissa Boston. Melissa, are you there?
Oh, wow. I am here, Dr. Roz. Oh, my goodness. And always when I get on the line on Monday, whether it's Phyllis's voice or your voice, just your humbleness. I mean, first of all, the fact that you're introducing all the callers, you're so gracious to introduce me. I just appreciate you. I mean, you are our VP of communication. You're really helping our leaders understand exactly what's happening on a day-to-day basis. You really work so well with the field. Just appreciate all that you do because you did that even before we gave you a title. I mean, you are just amazing, an emerald leader, and someone who we could truly say became a friend and now family. So just thank you, thank you, thank you. And I am also equally excited as I hear people dialing in from all across the country. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, we are still running our 10% off in honor of Black History. So if you haven't yet got the memo, that's the information you need to take back to your team. And so what I want to do before we actually get started with the majority of the call, I want to take a moment this morning because we do have an announcement. I know many of you were on the call Friday, so you probably already have the announcement, but I want to really take a moment this morning to celebrate Phyllis Nash. While the shift is here, she'll no longer serve as our CSO, but it's so amazing because she now will be expanding her capacity in the field as she continues to work side by side, each and every one of you, helping our leaders to reach their goals and dreams. In addition, she still serves as original co-founder, co-owner. We're just in this new season, and in this new season of expansion, of elevation, we're excited for this next chapter because it's truly going to give Phyllis the opportunity to invest more time and energy into what she's most passionate about. I mean, she will tell you better than anyone else. She's a builder. She is someone who's fearless. She is a passionate recruiter, and she has broken records across company after company. I mean, I remember when I first met her and her team, just witnessing the effect they had on our company, the effect they have with us now, and the effect she's going to continue to have. And so we're just super, again, energized because we know that it's already having a tremendous effect in the field. I know we've witnessed even over the last 4 or 5 days, sales up over 50% over the previous week, because that's what happens when everyone has a chance to really align, really with their purpose, really with their calling. And just, again, we're super excited because she is going to continue to be our midwife, telling us to push, 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 and give birth to unlimited possibilities. I'm telling you, for the last 5 years, her focus, her tenacity, her passion, her ambition has helped us drive ourselves to 8 figures, guys, on our way to 9 figures, on our way to $1 billion big. Phyllis has traveled across the country from New Orleans, Texas. Well, I guess you could say Louisiana because we actually have business in Lafayette, Texas, California, Florida, Massachusetts. Just all over the country, Virginia, helping us to blaze a trail in this space. She, along with many of you, will soon be traveling with us internationally as we blaze a new trail. In fact, we're going to utilize our conference for the first big announcement. And when I just think about, some of the time here as CSO, whether she was serving on conference committees, I Am Every Woman, really leading as the pillar of freedom every quarter when we would do those tremendous conferences and really put together stellar lineup. I mean, it's always just been just such a pleasure and so fun to watch her in her element. First, she started off as our VP of sales and then, of course, became our CSO back in 2021. Wow, it's amazing how time flies. Actually, 2022. And so we are, again, just excited about this new transition because it's going to really be something that I believe it's going to be that time in which we can say, wow, that was really when we started seeing that shift come together. And so while it might be a surprise to many of you, this has been an ongoing discussion on the C-suite level for quite some time. And our strategic direction and focus is as strong as ever. Our love and gratitude for Phyllis is infinite. We've worked together now for, 17 years, right? We've traveled the world together, literally, I'm telling you, all over the world, shared so many experiences. And what I'm super excited about is unlike a typical exit of a C-suite member, our story continues. I believe, again, the shift will mark a major turning point in our company. We all feel the pain of the economy, right? The economic impact has a grip on this nation. It has a grip on companies all over the place, and we've not been excluded. And so we know that Phyllis's commitment to Akana and each and every one of us, will continue, and she will work side by side. And so again, we're going to do something probably at the 420 conference to really celebrate her and really honor, her 5-year tenure here as CSO and as VP of sales. And so just know we're going to plan something super special. So hopefully you're coming to the conference so that you can participate in this very, very special event. And so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and continue with the remainder of the call. There are some announcements, and I do need to actually go through our normal format. And first, the meaning of Akana means in the hands of God. Our mission, we believe health, wealth, freedom, and legacy are our birthright, but often the most life-changing products. And an innovative business, we empower people to elevate to their full potential. Our vision is to elevate the well-being of your body and soul. And so let's talk about some other updates today. I want to welcome back some of our phenomenal distributors who just got back off of a cruise. And so it was exciting for Bernadine Kirkland. I know her husband Carlos went, her whole family, and her mom was there as well. Freedom McDuffie, oh my goodness. And then Steve Stuckey, they all won that trip. We had a contest and they were the winners. In fact, it was so exciting to hear the updates. I heard that Bernadine and Frida, they were doing bioscans, and it was such a clever strategy because when you go on a cruise, there are people that go to those spas and spend sometimes $700-800 on services. And once they realized that people were doing that, they're like, wait a minute, we can offer them something that's super special. And they were literally scanning people in their rooms, guys. Is that not leadership? Okay. I mean, they got so many contacts, so many connections, and I cannot wait till we can all cruise together. Okay. Wouldn't you love to be on a cruise? And had a chance to, Steve Stuckey dropped by the office yesterday, says, wow, wouldn't it be nice if Akana just rented out the whole ship? Okay. And guess what? That will happen one day. But what's cool about us not having the whole ship is when let's say we have 30% of the ship. Well, that gives you 70% of the ship to target and to market, right? So you have opportunities to do exactly what they did and actually generate new business. And so I also want to point out that if you haven't had a chance to watch the recap video of all that happened in 2023, you want to make sure you hit our Akana Global corporate page, or you can check any of our timelines. It's right there. But we are just so grateful, so thankful for each and every one of you. We tried to be as inclusive as we could to get everybody in there. We asked on several calls, please submit pictures. And so for those of you who did submit pictures, we were able to ensure we tried to, recover as many people as we could, guys. But thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Continue to like, continue to share. That's a great way to drive positivity. It's a great way to brand the company. It's a great way to showcase your business. People love lifestyle. They love culture. And when they see that, it's hard to say that you wouldn't want to be a part of that, right? And so you want to continue to comment, to drive it. And now we're approaching almost 600 views, okay, and that's less than a week. So that's super exciting, and we want to continue that momentum. Speaking of momentum, over the weekend, we had a huge health fair. We had the idea last Sunday at the War Room. So we had just a few days, not a long time to prepare, but it was exciting because by the end of that event, it was truly standing room only. I mean, standing room only. Got videos. We got a reel that's going to go on Facebook today. You're going to see it. I mean, it was electrifying. We had so many guests come out. I mean, and that's what it's about. You know, it's great to fellowship with each other, but we want to change lives. And just one idea, you know, is all you need to change someone's life. I mean, there was a woman in the audience that literally broke down, was in tears, and many of them were so upset because no one told them this information. They truly believed this was life-saving information, and they believed that it was something that they were going to utilize to take back to their families. And so for the next health fair we do, looks like that's going to be on March the 16th. So stay tuned. We'll have a formal flyer that goes out. We want to make sure people have the opportunity to come back and get this great information, to plug it in with family and friends. We were also blessed because we had a surprise guest who showed up, and that was Dr. Prince and Sharon. We always a pleasure to see them, but they came towards the end, and so we had a chance to get the audience a special bonus treat. So we let them get up, and they did a little motivation in front of the crowd, and that was just awesome and amazing. I want to thank everyone. Thank you, Crystal Robinson. Thank you, Tracy Bolton. Thank Audrey Jones. You know, all the teammates who came out to just really ensure that that health fair was a success. You know, Terry Anderson, I know you've been inviting guests from day one and had a lot of great guests. And what was also interesting, guys, is we did a war room that Sunday, right before the Saturday event. And some of the distributors that plugged into that war room, they had guests that showed up who they had been procrastinating on calling. They hadn't been calling the guests because sometimes that's what happens. You just get stuck in this season of procrastination where you do nothing. But in the war room, we get together, we empower the field to take action. And so people were making phone calls, and those guests showed up. They bought product. And one of our distributors was almost in tears, like, oh my God, I can't believe that. And she didn't make it that day. Something happened, she couldn't make it. But to know that some of her guests showed up and we were able to take care of them, put orders in for her. I mean, it was truly just such a blessing. So again, just thank everyone who was involved in any capacity at all with really ensuring that that health fair was a super, super, super success. And again, March the 16th looks like will be the next one, but stay tuned. We got to make sure it's not a conflict with anything else. Also, speaking of great jobs, I want to give a big kudos to Second Chance for Life. They're a nonprofit 501c organization. In fact, there is Tracy Bolton is the president. We have Audrey Jones, Dorothy Ellis, and they're also on the board as treasurer and secretary. But they had an event last night at our facility. And so that was another opportunity to empower women. Amazing speakers. I mean, Dr. Betty just shut it down. Royaline Wilson. I mean, that was my first time hearing, you know, a live demo of the scan outside of Doris. And you just did it. She would be so proud of you, right? I'm telling you, it was just an awesome experience, you know, to all the testimonials. Great, great job. And that's what it's about. It's about doing things to help inspire and empower people to go to the next level. And then speaking of this opportunity to go to the next level, the War Room that's coming up this Sunday at 3 p.m. And we call it a war room because really, when you think about success, there's a book called The Art of War, okay? The Art of War. And really, it's about having strategy. There's always tactical procedures. And a lot of times when we're at home, we're isolated. We just don't get stuff done. But when you're with a group of people, you all of a sudden feel inspired and you are held accountable. And we do it in a way not to embarrass you. So we don't make you do phone calls in front of the group. So you're going to go to your own private corners after we have a chance to kind of give you the plan. And we did it already a week ago, and people left feeling so empowered. They were high-fiving. It was exciting. It was electrifying. And so this Sunday at 3, I know Terry Anderson's plugging in, Tracy Bolton, Audrey Jones, Crystal Robinson, many of our leaders are going to be there. So if you want to figure out how to get unstuck, if you're unstuck, if you just, for whatever reason, can't seem to call those people that are in your phone and you need some accountability, because we know it's better to do this every day consistently, but at the end of the day, we've been saying this for months, right? And we know that by getting together, whether you look at people like Holton Bugs, who went out and did over $1 million a month in income, he'll tell you getting David Immonotti, getting Jared Wilkins, right, my buddies, right, in a room every Saturday is how they change their lives, okay? And so having a commitment, and so you have a couple of opportunities because Saturday you're already getting together and doing bioscans at 10:30 in the morning, doing the presentation. So I would also use that as a strategy. Come a little early, make some phone calls. But if that's not working and maybe your time is conflicted, there's one more opportunity, and that's Sunday at 3 p.m., and that's happening at the Akana headquarters. So super excited. On the 2nd, we're issuing a challenge as we kick off March Madness with a lot of announcements, okay? We have some amazing things we're going to be doing for March, and one of them is we want you to host an event at your home or at your office. We want to kick off March in a big, big way. I know I heard from Terry Anderson, she's doing it, and I'm sure Dr. Roz, you're probably already doing it because every time I look around, I see posts from you and your team. So you guys stay in motion, right? I know Tracy's team is doing something big. I know Willie, their team is always in motion. So most of you really don't need to hear this, but some of you do. I know Gigi, you've already been putting things in place for your events. So everyone out there, whether it's Beverly Blair, whether it's any leader, right, just go ahead and make a decision that we want to link up with our team, get together, have a touch point. We want to kick off March Madness in such a big capacity because this will be the biggest month of our year thus far, okay? It sets the tone. We know April, we're going to beat what we did in March, and that's how we keep growing and going to $1 billion big. So super excited about that. Make sure you book an event for March the 2nd and share your event in our group so we can hold you accountable and we can know which leaders are showing up and showing out. Bernadine, again, you're working every day, girl, so I probably don't even need to say this message to you and your team, but we want to call our leaders out and say, hey, guys, it's time to step it up. It's time to show up. It's time to show out. Speaking of showing up and showing out, this month coming up also kicks off our Certified Wellness Coach Special Program. In fact, we're dropping the first portion of that today. I know Christian sent an update informing us that we already have the SKU on the site, so we can now allow you to start having people go on the site and making that initiative to put a payment towards their certified coaching program. So if you have ever dreamed of being a certified coach, if you know people that want to be a certified coach, but they don't have the $2,000 to get the full package with all the products, the scan, the training, and everything, right now, they're going to be able to put $500 down, okay? And that's going to get them access to the training immediately. When they pay off the balance, they're going to get the rest. But the bottom line is that's going to put points right into the comp plan. It's going to give you as a sponsor a chance to put $100 in your pocket instantly, okay? And so this is truly something exciting. If you want to change some things starting now, you want to line up a few people that you know have wanted to do this program, but just really needed to get that special incentive so they can go ahead and make it happen. And then if you're a lifer, maybe you've already, been in the business, you've already purchased at least the Black Card pack, maybe the Lifer pack, maybe both of those. And now you want to know what's your pathway to becoming a certified coach. Well, you too have an option. For anyone that already has started with our company and already bought one of those type of packs, you're going to have an option to do your wellness coach package for $1,000 because you don't get and don't need all the other products because you got them in your previous pack. So you're going to get the scan, all the training, all the tools, the brochures, limited products, right? But you're going to get all of that for $1,000, but you too can pay $500 down. So all of our lifers, Black Card members, right? If you are not a certified coach, yes, put your $500 down and you're going to get access to the class, and the classes kick off, I believe it's this Monday. I'll confirm that with Dr. Prince, but I know we're starting a Monday series because that seems to be easier for everyone to be accountable. So there's going to be a live training session that you're not going to want to miss. So go ahead and get your deposit in so that you can hear this life-changing and life-saving information. Speaking of life-changing, oh my goodness, all roads lead to Chicago, Illinois, because yes, we are hosting the 420 Lifestyle Conference here in Chicago. It's going to be a game changer. We've given you many opportunities to make sure you position yourself, you position your team. One of the opportunities is you can purchase your all access ticket. It covers everything except the party on Saturday night. That's an exclusive event that hasn't not even launched yet, but you're going to get access to the Thursday. And that is really going to be sort of kind of like welcome to Dubai. When you see what we are doing to transform that office to look like Dubai, from the belly dancers, right, to the Arabian Nights, you're going to feel like you're there with the diamonds in Dubai. We have a special area for the diamonds, but guess what? When you purchase your conference ticket, it gives you access to this event where we will have the Mediterranean style cuisine. It's going to be a light fare, so it's not a full out dinner, but it will be some great hors d'oeuvres and some great food. You're going to have a good time, and trust me, you're going to be able to get full, okay? And we're also going to have drinks, so all of that includes your drinks as well. I mean, we do it big at Akana because you can go to one event that can cost you $200 for that lifestyle, for that type of experience. But this is giving you access to that experience, all the training workshops we have on Friday. You're going to have a chance to learn from the best of the best. It's giving you access to the general conference section. And as a $199 participant, there's a special area that you're going to actually have as well. So you're going to be super excited about that. And then it's also giving you access to our closed out breakfast, okay? We're having our prayer, prosperity, and purpose breakfast. You're not going to want to miss this. We're going to have a light breakfast at the office, and so we're moving it back to the office because, again, this is not for everyone. This is only for those who paid the full price, but right now it's not even full price because you're saving 10%. So general access tickets, guys, those tickets are flying off the shelf. We literally have already sold out of half of those. So if you plan to have some guests in the seats at our 420 conference, you want to make sure you go to the site, save your 10%, pay that $99, and that's going to give them access to Friday and Saturday. If you're strategic, if you know anything about building billion-dollar big, any top distributor that's ever made millions of dollars will tell you the number one method you have to getting people in your business is getting them to a conference. And the conference, for those of you in Chicago, there's now no excuse because it's in your backyard, which means if you're in Chicago, you should have a minimum of about 5 to 10 people in those seats. If you're outside of Chicago, let's not make that an excuse because you know people in Chicago and you know people in Chicago that might need some motivation, some inspiration. And if you don't, guess what? There's something called internet marketing, right? So we can go on Facebook, we can go find people that live in the Chicago market. We can start building relationships. You can start joining other groups, networking groups, so that you can figure out how you can have at least 5 guests in those seats. And I wouldn't just have any type of guest. Of course, you know, people that you know, they're deserving of being there because you feel like it could change their life. But I'm talking about people that have prior network marketing experience. You want to go out and get some folks in those seats that have made a big impact. In fact, I'm going to issue a challenge right now, okay? If you go out and find a person who's been in the network marketing industry and who can prove that last year, they commanded a 6-figure income, which means we got to see what their 1099 looks like, okay? We will get them into our conference. We will at least cover the ticket, okay? We would at least cover the ticket, but just so you know, you want to utilize that as a strategy for people. If they've generated a 7-figure income, hey, we're going to cover their airfare, but they got to show proof of that. We don't want people just saying, hey, I'm a top leader. Everybody says they are, but when we look at their income, sometimes it doesn't tell us that. And so we're just issuing a challenge so that all of our diamonds, our emeralds, if you know builders, let's go build this big and let's flood our conference with tons of top leaders, guys. And I'm telling you, you're going to witness your biggest paychecks ever if you play the game of chess and not checkers, okay? Network marketing is a lot of tenacity, it's a lot of passion, but guess what? It's at least 50% strategy, if not more, okay? So people that are very strategic and understand how we build this business and how we don't allow moments like conference to pass over us, they're the ones who are going to go out and make the bigger impact. And so I'm challenging each and every one of you to ensure you don't miss the mark on that. So speaking of other items and opportunities, we have the Shoot for Sapphire. And so the Shoot for Sapphire basically means from the beginning of January. So I do know there may be someone who's already achieved that, which if you've done that, kudos. But from the beginning of January up until conference, right? Anyone that hit Sapphire brand new, okay? If you hit Sapphire brand new, you're going to be invited to this special dinner. If you hit Sapphire already, let's say you hit it in November, then you're going to need to requalify again, okay? Requalify again in Sapphire, and you're going to be invited to the special dinner. Let's say you're already an Emerald. What can you do? Well, you can go to the next level. That's Diamond. If you're already a Ruby, you can go to the next level, which is Emerald, and you would get invited. Or you can go out and sponsor someone that becomes a Sapphire. So there's many ways to get there, and not only would they be invited, but you would be invited. So our Shoot for Sapphire is where we're doing an energy-infused dinner. This is an exclusive dinner at our new wellness center, guys, our new wellness spa, and it will be a showstopper. I mean, it's going to be a breathtaking experience when you walk into that dinner. We have a special chef. It's going to be something everyone wants to participate in. We're already doing something special for the Diamonds, guys. The Diamonds are going to have a special brunch Thursday, and we have a special chef we've flown in from Atlanta to cater that brunch. So that's spectacular for them. But guess what? Now everyone has a chance to be treated like a rock star, be treated like a diamond, to have these unbelievable experiences. If you are a diamond, you're going to be automatically invited to this Shoot for Sapphire. But guess what? We want you to also lead by example so that you can inspire them to let them know what you did. Not just got there because you're a diamond, but what other things did you do to help work with your team? So we want you to come. We're inviting you because our diamonds, guess what? You're a diamond. And once you're a diamond, truly, you have carte blanche to many things, okay? And so it's exciting because everybody on the line wants to be diamonds. Now, it is March Madness, so a few quick final announcements, because we do want to also have some incentives for you to grow. One of them is a customer incentive. So I want to shout out to Crystal Robinson. You know, as we were talking about sapphires and so many other things, she said, hey, let's do something with customers. People get fired up about customers. And so guess what? We're going to do that, right? And so if you have 3 brand new customers, not the ones you already had, 3 brand new customers, that's minimum, right? Who spend at least $50 in the month of March, you're going to be recognized, and there's a special prize incentive. But we're also going to take it a step further. Anyone that hits 500 CV in the month of March, you hit 1,000 CV, right? There's a special recognition that you're going to receive. There's going to be some special Akana bucks that you're going to get in addition to what already normally you get. So that's going to be also very, very exciting. But we're also going to look at who has the most new customers, who has the most CV. And so then there's going to be a special contest within the contest. What's exciting is we've empowered all of you to win. So that means everyone should be winners. And then we're going to highlight the 3 people that just go out and do it a little bit bigger. So super, super excited about that. And so with that being said, guys, I think I've covered it all. I know I'm talking fast, but I knew there was a lot to get in today. And so with that being said, I know right now many of you are getting ready to rebound. I want to thank Stuckey. I know he's on the line. He was going to join us. I was going to get Bernadine, too, to talk about the cruise, but I knew today there were so many announcements. We'll probably postpone that to next week so that you can hear firsthand why you never want to miss a trip here with Akana. And so we want to rebound with Akana.com right now. We want to save our strands. We want to join our Diamond Factory tomorrow with Phyllis Nash, our Diamond Ambassador. And with that being said, we want you to have an Akana day. We're going to see you at the top, the very top, the tip top.